Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. Okay, so welcome back to second hour of our topic 2, which is 2 of 4. So this time we will go into the second subtopic, which is inequalities. So earlier on, subtopic 2.1 is actually about equations. So the difference between equations and inequalities is that for equation, we actually have the equal sign in our expression. Okay, so for inequalities, we actually have the inequality symbols in our expression. So what do I mean by these inequality symbols? Okay, these are the inequality symbols that we are going to use throughout our inequalities subtopic. Okay, so we have less than or equal to, greater than, and greater than or equal to. Okay, so we also have few properties of inequalities here. You can take a look at this and then try to understand how to use these properties. Okay, now we are just going to go straight to solve linear inequalities. Okay, we have linear inequalities, quadratic inequalities, we have ratio inequalities. So to solve all these inequalities, we have to use different methods. Okay, so because it involves inequalities, not equalities. Equalities is simple. Equation is simple. Okay, but not inequalities. So first one, we have linear inequalities. So linear means we have just linear function. Okay, so we just need to use linear function, but linear function in inequalities. Okay, so to solve linear inequalities, we have two methods. Okay, we have algebraic method or number line. It depends on the question. Then we shall look at example 9. Okay, for part A, we have to find the solution for the following linear inequalities. So before that, I have to tell you the solution we have for inequalities. We have two forms. So first, we call it set, solution set, and another one is interval set. Okay, I'll show you what these forms are, and it depends on the question. If they do not specifically ask for solution set or interval set, it's up to you to leave the answer to your likings lah. Okay, so the first one, the part A, so this of course is inequalities because we have the inequality symbol in that, less than or equal to. This is very simple. We just need to gather the one with x on one side and the one not on the other side. Okay, so this one, I'll put 4x minus 2x on the left, and then without changing the symbol or anything, I bring the 5 to the other side, so 9 plus 5 there. So I will have 2x less than or equal to 14, and then x is less than or equals to 7. So first, solution set. Okay, solution set is we have the curly bracket. We have to put the x or double dot. So x less than or equals to 7. This is what we call solution set. You have learned this in topic 1, I believe. Okay, and then interval set or interval notation, we have from negative infinity up till 7 inclusive. Okay, so we are done with part A. So I'll change my color to blue first. Okay, so the second one, we can see here we have two inequality symbols over here. So here we have to use number line. And to use number line, we have to combine it then with and end. So end is actually an intersection. Okay, so you also have learned this in topic 1. So now we have to first separate these inequalities into two inequalities. Okay, I put and in between so that we know when to combine them with our number line. So we separate them into 6x less than 4 minus x, another one, 4 minus x less than or equals to 12 plus x. Okay, so we first solve for the left one. So 6x plus x less than 4. 7x less than 4. So x less than 4 over 7. The second one, I have negative x less than equals to 12 minus 4. I gather all the x on the left side and the non-x on the right side. Okay, so I have here negative 2x less than equals to 8. Okay, so I can see I have negative 2 there. So when I divided negative 2 to both sides of this inequality, so of course, the sign will automatically change. Okay, so 8 divided by negative 2 is negative 4. Okay, so I'll be highlighting this change of symbol over here due to our division with negative number. Okay. Now we are done finding the inequalities of x. Remember, we have to combine them using our number line. So draw a number line and put all the numbers that we have there onto our number line. So we have negative 4 and 4 over 7. For the first one, for this one, we have x less than 4 over 7, not inclusive. So open circle less than 4 over 7. And another one, we have x greater than or equal to negative 4. So dense circle, okay, greater than or equals to negative 4. Okay, since we have here and means intersection. Okay, so we intersect the two lines over here. So our answer is actually between these two numbers. Sorry, okay. So our answer is in solution set x, where x is between negative 4 inclusive and 4 over 7. In interval form, we have from negative 4 inclusive up till 4 over 7 exclusive. So we are done with solving linear inequalities with example 9. So now let's go to the second one, solving the quadratic inequalities. So we have here a solution to solve a method to solve these quadratic inequalities by using graphical method. Okay, so graphical method only can be used to solve quadratic inequalities only. Okay, so we shall look at example 10 right away. They ask us to find the solution for the following quadratic inequality. So for part A, I cannot see any quadratic yet. So what do? Is we expand both sides of inequalities until we get to see quadratic inequalities. Okay, so left side 4x minus 6. The left side 3x squared minus 15x. So we rearrange these inequalities. We will have 3x squared minus 15x minus 4x and then plus 6 less than 0. Take your time to try to rearrange it on your own, okay? If you find it confusing, so try to rearrange this on your own. Okay, so now we simplify the quadratic equation. So we have 3x squared minus 19x plus 6 less than 0. Okay, remember, make sure the quadratic equation that you have on the quadratic expression that you have on the left side is a positive one. Okay, make sure we start with a positive x squared. So if we don't have that, we have to make it positive. So we'll see what do I mean by this in part B. Okay, so now we have the positive quadratic expression on the left side. So what do we do next is we factorize the quadratic expression. So we have here 3x minus 1 and x minus 6, okay, less than 0. So from here, we have what we call critical numbers, okay, critical values over here. We have 3x minus 1 equals to 0, x equals to 1 over 3, 1, okay. The second one is x minus 6 equals to 0, x equals to 6. So these are our critical values or critical numbers. Okay, next, what do we do next? We sketch a quadratic graph. Okay. Okay, so we put here on our x, this is actually our x. Okay, we draw a smiley graph. Okay. So here should be 1 over 3 and here is 6. Since the question asks for less than 0, okay, I love to highlight what the question asks here. Okay. If they ask for less than 0, so what do? I will take the one less than 0 of our graph, which is here. So my answer will be between 1 over 3 and 6. This is in interval form. So this will be the answer. Okay, so we are done with part A, using graphical method to solve quadratic inequalities. Okay, so we go to B. Okay, so this is what I mean by we have the negative quadratic expression on the left side. Okay, if I were to rearrange this one first, I will get negative 3x squared minus 7x plus 6 less than 0. So we have here negative x squared there. So what do I do next? I multiply both of the inequality sides with negative. So if I multiply with a negative value, the symbol will definitely change. Okay, so 3x squared plus 7x minus 6, and the symbol will also change to greater than 0. As simple as that. Okay, so after we have positified the quadratic expression on the left side, we factorize the quadratic expression. So we have x plus 3 times 3x minus 2 greater than 0. So here again, I'll be highlighting what I got here. I want the one with greater than 0. And then next, we have to find our critical values. So critical values, we have x plus 3 equals to 0, x equals to minus 3. Another one is 3x minus 2 equals to 0. So x equals to 2 over 3. Next again, I sketch my quadratic graph, and this is still a smiley. So that's why we need to make the x quite positive, okay? So that we always have a smiley quadratic graph. So with here negative 3 and here is 2 over 3. So now remember, I want the one with greater than 0, positive. So positive is the one on the upper side of our line. Okay, so the answer is, so if I put this in a solution set, I will have first x less than negative 3 and also x greater than 2 over 3. So what do we put in between this one? These answers. So we put or. And then we are done. So if again we want to put in interval form, okay, I'll put it for you. So the answer will be from negative infinity up to negative 3, both are open. And then the other one is from 2 over 3 up to infinity, both are open. And to combine these two interval answer, we have to put union. Okay, so we are done with solving quadratic inequalities by using graphical method. Now we come back to the third one, which is rational inequalities. So rational inequalities is when we have a rational expression in our inequalities. Okay, but we have to make sure that there is only a single rational expression on the left side of our inequality and 0 on the right side. Okay, and we can never cross multiply, or in Malay darab silang. Okay, so never, do not ever cross multiply. So what do I mean by that? Let us look at the example. And of course, the method to solve these rational inequalities, we have two, table of sign or sline. I will show you both, and then you will choose whichever you would like to use if the question do not ask you to do the way they want. Okay, so look at the first part, the A, part A, find the solution for the following inequality. So part A, we can see a rational expression in left hand side and also in right hand side, right? So here, what does it mean by the first tip there? We don't want these two rational expression in one inequality. We have to make it just one rational expression. Okay, so we have to combine these two ratio to become one. So how to do that? Don't ever cross multiply. No, this is a no. This is what we call cross multiply. This is a no. So how do we do this? So we have to gather it to one side. So of course, I bring it to the left side. Okay, we gather it to the left side. So 3 over x minus 3 minus 2 over x plus 2. So now the right side becomes 0. So now I already gathered them on the left side. So what do we do next is we have to samakan penyebut. Okay. Similarize the denominator. So 3 times x plus 2 minus 2 times x minus 3, and then the denominator will become x minus 3 times x plus 2. The right side will stay 0. Okay, and then solve for the numerator, not solve but simplify the numerator. So we will get x plus 12 in the numerator, and we'll still have x minus 3 and x plus 2 in the denominator. Don't expand it. Okay, we want it in the factor form. Do not expand them. Okay, and now I write here first our critical values. You know that already. So we have x equals to minus 12. We have minus 2, and also we have 3. So these are our critical values. So first off, I will show you how to use table of sign to solve these inequalities. Okay. So let me change it to another color. Maybe the green one. Okay. So we have to draw a table. Okay. Okay. So we'll be having our critical numbers according to the sequence, okay? So we start with negative 12 here, and then negative 2, and then 3 over here. Okay, so the first one is the interval. The second one is the value of x. And then here is x plus 12, the one in the numerator. And then x minus 3. And then x plus 2. And lastly, the conclusion. Okay, so for the interval, of course, we have here from negative infinity up till negative 12. Sorry, this is closed one because we have there less than and equal to, less than or equal to. So negative infinity up till negative 12, close. So this one, minus 12 up till negative 2, open. And then here, negative 2 up till 3, open. And the last one, 3 open up till infinity. So why should we put open? Because this negative 2 and negative 3 is in the denominator. So in the denominator can never be 0. Okay, so do remember the critical values which are in the denominator, you can never put a close bracket. So always open bracket for the critical values in the denominator. Okay, next, we have to choose a value of x in between of this interval. So the first one, from negative infinity up to negative 12. So we can choose maybe negative 13. Between negative 12 and negative 2, maybe we can choose negative 3. Negative 2 and 3, we can choose 0. Any number, yeah? Any number between negative 2 and 3. And we can choose 4 between 3 and infinity. So what's next? Okay, next is we have to substitute our chosen value of x. So let's say the first one is negative 13 into our x plus 12, x minus 3, and x plus 2. Just to know the symbol. So you can straight away using your calculator. Okay, so how to do that? Okay, so for example, we key in x plus 12 in our calculator. Okay, and then first number is negative 13. So we press calculate and then substitute 13 and equal sign. So I'm sorry, we have to calculate again. Okay, we have to calculate negative 13. My bad. So minus 13. Okay, equal sign. So we can see that we have negative 1. We do not want the 1. We just want to know the symbol. So we put here negative. Negative. And then calculate the second one for negative 3. So just press calculate again. So key in negative 3. We calculate it. We get a positive symbol. So we put here positive. Okay, then next is 0. So we calculate 0. We get a positive sign. So put here positive. Okay, so the last one is 4. So we calculate 4. We also get a positive sign. Okay, so positive here. So we'll do the same for x minus 3 and x plus 2. Okay, let's say we do it for x minus 3. So x minus 3. So we press calculate. And then we need to first key in negative 13. So negative 13. And then equate. We'll get a negative value. So put here negative. Next, calculate negative 3. Negative 3. Calculate. So negative there. Okay. So you will continue to do this up till here. Okay. Okay, so this is exactly what I got from my calculator earlier. So after that, we have to conclude everything. So how to conclude this? Conclusion. So from all these three, okay, negative times negative is positive, positive times negative is negative. So put the negative. The second one, positive times negative is negative, 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 positive. So here, positive, negative, 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 positive, negative. And last one, positive, positive, positive is positive. So how do we choose our answer? So that's what I told you earlier, that I would love to highlight my answer, the last one that I got before I use any method. So we want here less than 0. Okay, we want here less than 0. Less than. So less than meaning that a negative symbol. So negative and negative. So then our answer will be, okay, our answer will be, if you want to take the interval form straight away, so minus infinity up till minus 12. And then one more is negative 2 to 3. So to combine these two answers, we have to put union. Okay, straight away use the answer in our interval. Okay, so this is what we call table of sign method. So the second one will be sline. Okay, so to do sline, we have to draw our number line. Okay, so let me use another color. Maybe black. Okay, so line. Okay, so I'll put here. So the left side, I will put my expression on the left side, which is x plus 12 over x minus 3 times x plus 2 there. And then the right side is my number line. So I'll put in my critical values, which are negative 12, negative 2, and also 3. Okay, so up on the critical values, I would like you to put already the symbol, whether it is a dense circle or an open circle. Okay, so I said to you earlier, the critical values in the denominator will always be open. So for negative 2 and 3, they will always be open. But since the question is for closed one, so negative 12 is in the numerator, so it will be a dense circle. Okay. Next, what do we do next? Very simple. Just choose a number again between this negative 12, and negative 2. Same as the one we got earlier for value of x. So let's say we use the same numbers, negative 13, negative 3, 0, and 4. Okay. So what do we do next is, by using our calculator, we will key in this rational expression into our calculator. Okay. Okay, look here. In my calculator here, I already key in my rational expression, which is x plus 12 over x minus 3 times x plus 2, right? So I have to now press my calculate button, CALC button, and substitute first negative 13. So negative 13. And as you can see, I get a negative value over here. So I'll put negative here. Okay, so next, negative 3. So calculate negative 3. I get a positive value, so I put here positive. Next one is 0. I get a negative. Okay, negative. And then the last one, calculate 4. I get a positive. Okay, so now back again. So that's the only step you have to do. Just substitute the rational expression into our calculator and then choose a value of x and then calculate them. Okay, so this is the same question, right? So we still want the less than here, the one I highlighted yellow here. So less than means we need the negative signs. So again, the answer is still exactly the same as we use the table of sign. So this time I'm going to give my answer in solution set. I put x double dot. So the first one is x less than or equal to negative 12. And another one is actually between negative 2 and 3. Okay, without the equal sign, yeah, because this is an empty circles. So how to combine these two answers? It is an OR. Okay, so we are done with part A by using table of sign and also using sline. It's up to you whether you want to use table of sign or sline. Okay, we go next to part B. So part B is easier because we only have one rational expression in one side of our inequality. So we do not have to do anything further up. Okay, we just need to find the critical values. So my critical values here are x plus 1 equals to 0, which is negative 1, and also x minus 1 equals to 0, which is 1. Okay, negative 5 in the numerator is not our critical values. Okay, and then as we do not have to do anything else like rearrange this, put them together, so this will be our last statement before we do any method. Okay, so we do first table of sign method. Table of sign, we use green. Okay, okay, so here I put negative 1 and 1, okay, on my upper box. And then here I put, okay, you have to put in as well the negative 5 there, negative 5, and then x plus 1 and also x minus 1. Okay, then interval, it is between negative infinity up till negative 1. Of course, open, because if the question is already an open inequality, so it's easier. So this one is negative 1 up till 1, and lastly 1 up till infinity. So choose your value of x, so negative 2, 0, 2. I'll choose negative 2, 0, and 2. It's up to you. And then for negative 5, it's always negative, right? So negative 5, so you will not put any value into negative 5 because you cannot put anything into negative 5. So it will always be negative, negative, negative. So negative 5 is always negative. So by using your calculator, as I showed you earlier, so you key in x plus 1 into your calculator and substitute negative 2, 0, and 2 to get the symbol. So here I get negative, positive, and then positive. And the last one, I'll get negative, negative, and then positive. So to conclude, negative, negative, negative is of course negative. Negative, positive, negative is positive. Negative, positive, positive is negative. So look at our highlighted inequalities. We want the greater than 0. So greater than 0 meaning that a positive 1. Okay, so the answer should be negative 1 and 1. So this is using the interval form. So using sline, So let's go to line. Since line, so we have to have our number line on the right side. Okay, and then we have to have our expression on the left side. X plus 1, x minus 1. We have only two critical values, which are -1 and 1. Both are open circles. So here, if we calculate, we will be having negative, positive, and negative sign. And of course, we want the positive values. So we highlighted the positive. So in solution set, the answer should be curly bracket x. So x between -1 and 1. So we are done with rational inequalities by using either table of sign or sline method. So we'll meet again in our 3, which is 3 or 4. Thank you.